Well, Jill Pollack is a pack rat's worst nightmare. The decluttering expert recently helped Vancouver families let go of all their stuff. This is part of an upcoming reality television series called Consumed, and it challenges people to take 30 days to live just with the bare essentials, what they need as opposed to what they want. And it's quite an eye-opening program, I must say. I watched a couple of episodes last night. This program premieres on the 30th of August, but Jill joins me on the line now for a preview. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, so what's the line, Jill, between having lots of stuff and actually having a clutter problem?
Well, you know, for everybody the line is different, but if you're like using your dining room table for a storage area instead of dining, and if your guest room is, you know, a cluttered nightmare as opposed to being able to have guests over, if you don't let people into your own home because there's too much stuff, I'd say that's the line. You know what I mean? It's sort of the difference between sort of comfortably plump and, you know, seriously obese, I guess, in your home.
So we're not talking about people who have obsessive compulsive disorders and have become hoarders just yet, but somebody who might be sort of heading down that track.
That's exactly right, and that's the big difference with this show. And because those other shows are great, but the people on there, number one, really don't want to be on there. It's, you know, they're sort of really steeped in a serious disorder. You know, the hoarding is almost a chemical problem in the brain, whereas I find the families that we're working with, it's much more behavioral, right? So it's sort of like life kind of happened and boxes sort of found their way into the house. They're not hoarding for hoarding's sake. These are people who want the help, and it has sort of gotten out of hand. You know, the stuff has gotten out of hand. So people that want help and want to make a change in their lives.
This blew me away, the fact that people emotionally were so affected by their stuff. What is going on there?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, you know, stuff isn't just stuff. I mean, Freud would say sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, but a lot of times stuff is not just stuff, really, like, you know, your size 2 jeans that you wore in high school. Like, that's not just a pair of old jeans. That's when you were young and thin, and, you know, I mean, it really signals a sort of period in your life. It signals a memory, you know, your beloved Nana who made you that comforter. I mean, there's memorabilia, and then there's stuff. I mean, there's something that you use. I got this from this trip. I mean, it holds so much energy. Every item in our home holds energy, whether it's from the tree that it was, you know, not to sound woo-woo, but, you know, if it was a tree that it came, so it holds energy. So some of it is positive energy and some of it is negative energy. And if there's too much of it, there's no flow, right? There's just no flow in your home, and it's hard to let go of it. Letting go of something is very much like letting go of, you know, your past, right? So it's like, I'll never be that young teenager again, or I'll never, you know, if I let go of that comfort, my grandmother's memory will go away. I think that's a lot of people confuse that. They think if I hold on to the item, then that person, that thing, that feeling will still be there. But, you know, the memory is always there. You just don't need to hold on to the item all the time.
Was there something unique to the Vancouver families that you met? Is there something about being here that prompted people to hold on to things in different ways or something?
I don't think that there's anything. I think it's a pretty universal human issue. I think it probably happens everywhere. Not necessarily everywhere in the world, because I do think that having too much stuff is very much kind of a Western sort of capitalistic society problem. You know, we have those stores that you can go and buy, you know, a bunch of stuff for really cheap and, you know, not fix it or you know, I think we generally just have too much, and that's the problem, and that's a lot of our obsession is a little bit of keeping up with the Joneses. Who has the next hot, you know, piece of technology? Who has the next, you know, are ruffles in or are they out? I need that, you know, I need that top. Is it striped this year or is it polka dot? And I think that it really is a consumer society, which of course is great for the economy on some levels, but for humanity's sake, it's not always the pursuit of the acquiring. And the holding on to it I think, is a little draining.
Well, we're certainly going to be tuning in then on August 30th to see where the series goes. Thank you very much for this morning.
Thanks for having us. It's great. It's fun. And even if you don't have too much stuff, it's great to watch because it's inspiring. You'll get to your junk drawer and get rid of all those extra hair elastics.
All right, Jill, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jill Pollack, she's a professional organizer. She's the host of a program called Consumed.